distinguished officials, and all of you dear friends. Already, I've thanked you for this award. I am now persuaded to start by praying to God to enable me deliver a message befitting this conference. And at this juncture, I'd like to thank the MCC denomination, the Global Justice Institute, Reverend Pat Baumgartner, and the moderator, Reverend Dr. Nancy Wilson, for inviting me to participate in this conference, and for the facilitation. My travel to this place and my accommodation at the hotel. Thank you so much. At this time, you cannot see my wife, but my wife is with me here in spirit. And she sends her greetings. She greets you. And she was reminding me before I left that there are some very important anniversaries which are taking place this year. In December. On December the 8th, I will be celebrating my 82nd birthday. The driver from the airport who gave me a lift, he asked me, how old are you? How old are you? I said, 82 years. He said, no. Well, I said, I know for sure. Because although I was born so many years ago, my mother showed me my birth certificate, and she told me from her mouth when I was born. December the 8th, 1931. So I pray for you, I pray that you will be able, when we send your invitation. In fact, you are all invited. Another interesting thing about December this year, I'll be celebrating 50 years in the church ministry, ordination. December the 15th. And on December 28th, Mary, my wife, and I will be celebrating the Golden Jubilee anniversary of our marriage. So we really need your prayers. We need your prayers. I hope some of you will definitely attend our wedding anniversary, which will be the climax of all the other. At this juncture, I would like to thank, of course, sorry, I've already done that, but I would like to go to my major contribution to this conference, which is to call our attention to the urgency of proclaiming the good news to LGBTQ people. Many LGBTQ people have been told bad news. They have been rejected, say in Uganda, detained without trial, intimidated, and we are without freedom of speech. So they live say I'm speaking for Uganda. Of course, I know about other countries too. But first hand from Uganda, these people have been living in a lot of fear and intimidation. The LGBT people are seen as outcasts by their family members, landlords, peers, school leaders, and unfortunately, religious leaders.
Yes.
I say unfortunately, because that would be the place where they should be running to.
Yes.
It is pathetic that the 2009 proposed Kill the Gays bill in Uganda is a child of a Christian parliamentarian influenced by the Christian right. Preachers of the gospel who come from here in the
Yes.
On the other hand, I greatly appreciate and commend the work of MCC and the Global Justice Institute, who are spearheading the preaching of good news to lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and intersex people without discrimination. So thank you so much. And we are ready to work with you. We hope the MCC people should have at least a church in Uganda. In the Gospel according to St. Mark, chapter 1, verse 15, Jesus said, "The time has come, repent and believe the good news."
Yes.
You, maybe not many of you, but me are included, we have to repent and believe the good news from God. The churches, preachers, parents, teachers, and our government leaders should repent and believe the good news of God. What is this good news? We may ask. The good news is spelled out by Jesus himself in Luke chapter 4, verse 18 and 19.
Yes.
In the following words, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because He has anointed me to preach good news to the poor.
Yes.
He has sent me to proclaim freedom for the prisoners and recovery of sight to the blind,
Yes.
to release the oppressed, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor."
All right.
Many churches in Uganda have to turn about and repent.
Oh, yeah.
They should preach the good news to the poor, the prisoners, the blind, the oppressed, and proclaim the year of the Lord's favor. This good news is inclusive. It is good news for the heterosexual and LGBTQ people alike.
All right.
This is what I believe, and is what God wants you and me to tell the world, that hate and discrimination against LGBTQ people and other marginalized people should stop. God is love.
Yes.
And when we follow God, we must love as God does.
Yes. Amen.
Human sexuality is a gift from God.
Yes.
The gift should be regarded as good. Should be regarded as good, Human sexuality is both heterosexual and LGBTQ. We read in the Bible that God saw that all that had been made was very good.
All right, that's right.
During my discussions and dialogue with some people in Uganda, the rejection of non-heterosexuals is fundamentally due to conviction that sex activity is meant for reproduction. So the LGBTQ people are shunned for their unreproductive. The people who argue along these lines refer to Genesis 1 verse 28, which reads, God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth and subdue it. But those people forget that in Genesis 2:18, we read of a complementary purpose for human existence, which reads, the Lord God said that it is not good for Adam to be alone. I'll make a helper suitable for him. So human sexuality is not only meant for reproduction, but also for companionship.
Yes.
And meeting each other's needs.
Yes.
So when LGBTQ people long and seek a companion, a partner, a helper, fit for their individual innate urge,
Yes.
they are entitled to their right, just like the heterosexuals are. Unfortunately, there are a number of people who do not believe that God has created the LGBTQ people. Consequently, they use derogatory words against them in order to discredit LGBTQ intercourse among themselves. But when I did my doctoral studies in human sexuality and marriage, I got more understanding in this area. There are many books that are now available that you can read or people can read to be informed, and thus dispel misinformation,
Yes.
dispel ignorance, and fear of LGBTQ people. So people should be educated. We need to be educated. Apart from my studies, my service and interaction with the LGBTQ people as a counselor since 2001 have made me more certain than ever that LGBTQ people are of course different from heterosexual people, but must be respected in their own right. A few years ago, I founded a gay straight alliance organization
All right.
under the title St. Paul's Reconciliation and the Equality Center, in short, SPREC. I did this in order to fulfill the vision that came to me in 2001. When I saw the need to have a ministry of reconciliation rather than a confrontation between LGBTQ people and heterosexuals. I've got a few copies of the strategic plan which we have for 2013 to December 2015. Those copies are available here, and some of you may have a copy when you come to our moderator of this program, of my speech. And also, you can find this information on our link of the website at www.stpaulsreconciliation.net. So you can get all this without going on telling you so many programs we have concerning the alleviation of poverty, fighting HIV/AIDS, among the LGBT people, because they are usually discriminated. They haven't been having this treatment, and trying to find a place for people who are being expelled from their homes. All this you can find on that website. At this juncture, I'd like to tell you one typical story of a certain young gay man whom I've come to know intimately as his counselor. This young man first came to me when he was very troubled. A friend of his who knew what I was doing introduced him to me. He was so desperate because he had been rejected by his family. He was being rejected by his peers. And his pastor had told him that if he had to be accepted, he had to change his feelings. Because his family, first of all, was troubled because he didn't have any girlfriend. He was a grown-up young man. And his siblings, boys, he had some girlfriends. And the people look around and say, why this fellow is not showing any response? So they troubled this young man. And the mother was also very troubled because his younger brother got married. But this young man seemed not to care. The pastor told him that he needed to pray. He needed to do that in order to change. The pastor felt this young man had a different kind of desires. So he said to him, you should pray and change that attitude. The young man tried to pray and prayed, even fasted. He did this, he told me, for 30 days. Fast. Of course, he was eating the supper, but during that day, like the Muslims, didn't have anything to eat, but fasting and praying, so that he could change. Have feelings for girls, which he couldn't. He couldn't.
Yes.
And then he wondered, why did God create him that way? Of course, when he came to me, when he was introduced, I listened to him. I could understand him. I said, you should accept yourself. Accept yourself as you are. God loves you as you are.
Yes.
Don't ask yourself, why did you create me like this? That was God's choice.
That's right.
So the young man felt relieved. But still the mother was asking him, young man, why don't you get married? And one day, actually, the mother was sick, and was telling him, why don't you get married? The young man decided to tell the mother. He said to his mother, Mother, I'm gay. This was such a shock. The mother started crying. Crying and crying. And sympathetically, the young man also started to cry. They cried together. But after crying, the mother said to her son, my son, Pat, his full name is Patrick, but she called him Pat. My son, Pat, I love you as you are. I love you. After a short time or months, the mother died. And the young man came and told me about this. My dad said, I'm happy my mother died, but we were reconciled.
Yes.
We were reconciled.
Yes.
The mother died, but reconciled. And this young man is my friend, I know him. He's happy.
Yes.
He's a happy young man.
Yes.
And he comes to our chapel. We have one of our programs we have at MCC Center Chapel for these people who want to come. We pray with them in the evening. And now we need to pray for him.
Yes.
Because he's still now looking for a partner.
Yes.
Yeah, he's still looking for a partner. It is not good for a person who chooses to be alone.
Yes.
One should find a partner
All right.
fit for that person.
All right.
So I'm praying, and please pray for him.